I sit beneath the old oak on the campus of Dominican University of California, San Rafael, and I feel a cold wind that whispers of betrayal. I arrived as a child of privilege, a daughter of a distant land, with a heart full of hope and a suitcase heavy with designer gowns. I expected a sanctuary of learning, a palace of safety, an oasis where my future would blossom like a rare orchid. Instead, I found a crumbling mess that has torn my soul apart. From the first day the administration announced a sudden closure because of a storm, I was left standing on the curb with no plan. There was no emergency evacuation plan, no guidance, no shelter. The school simply said, "We are shutting down," and left us to wander the streets looking for a roof. For a student who traveled from far away, this is a nightmare. Without a plan, the university fails its duty to protect us. It turns a crisis into chaos. It forces us to scramble for safety. It shows a heartless disregard for life. This careless act makes the mind tremble with fear and the spirit feel abandoned. The admissions office is a theater of emptiness. When I called to ask about the nursing program, I was politely denied. The voice on the other end then tried to sell me a bachelor degree in psychology, insisting that my grades were not enough for any nursing program. I have a Master S degree with perfect marks, yet she pretended I was unqualified. She tried to push a useless degree like a merchant hawking cheap trinkets. This is terrible because it treats the applicant like a dollar, it wastes precious time, it insults intelligence, it erodes trust. It shows that the office cares more about revenue than about guiding students toward their true calling. Every mask and vaccine rule is enforced with a rigidity that feels like a prison. The campus doors remain closed to the public. The air smells of antiseptic. The laughter of strangers is silenced. Such strictness strips away the warmth of community. It isolates each person. It turns learning into a sterile chore. When a place forbids open dialogue, it chokes the exchange of ideas. It makes the heart feel cold. It tells us that we are not welcome. The facilities are a sad sight. The hallways echo with the sound of flickering fluorescent lights. The walls are stained with old coffee. The chairs creak under the weight of tired bodies. The parking lot overflows with cars, a constant jam that steals minutes from precious study time. Outdated elevators groan and sometimes stop, leaving us stranded between floors. These details matter because they break the flow of a day, they add stress, they make us feel that the university does not respect our time or comfort. When the building itself is in disrepair, the mind doubts the quality of the education inside. Financial aid turned into a nightmare that haunts me still. I called the office and was placed on hold for hours, then told that a payment was missed when I had never received a bill. The error lingered for months after I graduated, draining my savings and leaving me anxious. A nightmare of paperwork shows poor management. It creates fear of debt, it distracts from learning, and it shatters the sense of security that a student should feel. Social life at Dominican feels like a ghost town. The small school feel is not charming, it is isolating. Most students commute, they never linger in the commons, the cafeteria is empty, the clubs are silent. The lack of school spirit makes each day feel hollow. It denies us the joy of belonging, it erodes the memories that should last a lifetime. When there is no community, the university becomes a cold building rather than a home. Career services are a joke, a farce. I walked in seeking an internship and was handed a flyer for a generic job posting that had nothing to do with my field. The advisors seemed uninterested, their eyes glazed, their words generic. This failure means graduates stumble into the world without guidance. They waste time searching, they lose confidence, and the reputation of the institution suffers. When the bridge to the professional world is broken, the graduate is left to fall alone. Housing is a disaster. The dorms are overcrowded, the rooms tiny, the common areas dirty, the privacy non-existent. The smell of stale sweat lingers in the hallways, the carpet is stained, the windows never let in fresh air. This environment harms health, it lowers morale, it creates constant irritation, and it shows that the university does not value the well-being of its residents.
I've been looking into some pretty disturbing stuff around the Dominican University of California in San Rafael, you know. It's like, the businesses here have seen some things, and not the good kind. Just the other day, there was this group that tried to pull a fast one on a store near the university. They walked in with this air of confidence, carrying items they never bought, and asked for a refund. Can you believe the audacity? They were hoping to walk out with cash or store credit for nothing. But it didn't end there. The police found a gun on one of them when they got caught. It's like a movie scene, but this is real life, and it happened right here, near Dominican University. I can't help but think about what went through the minds of the store staff after something like that. They must have been shaken up, questioning every return from then on. And the people who do this, what's their story? Do they think about the trouble they cause? I bet they didn't expect to get caught, but karma got a way of catching up. Then there's this other story that's been going around. Some folks have been targeting the elderly, convincing them to buy gift cards and then stealing the card info. It's just wrong. These poor souls, probably just trying to help, end up being part of a huge scam without even knowing it. The scammers would then go on a shopping spree with the stolen info, buying things they probably don't even need. But when the cops got wind of it, they took down the whole operation. I mean, it's a relief they got caught, but it's sad to think about the victims, how violated and betrayed they must feel. It's like, everywhere you turn near Dominican University, there's another tale of deceit. And the saddest part is that tourists coming for a short stay might walk into these situations without even realizing it. They come here for a peaceful visit, to enjoy the beauty of San Rafael, and instead, they might encounter the darker side of human nature. But you know what? Despite all this, I have to believe that most people are good. I have to believe that the majority of us would never dream of hurting others like this. And maybe, just maybe, if we ray a little more aware, a little kinder to one another, we can stop these scams from happening. We can protect each other, and make sure that the only memories tourists take away from Dominican University and San Rafael are the good ones.
Businesses near Dominican University of California, San Rafael, are in a state of decline, some barely clinging to life, others already hollowed out by neglect, poor management, or greed. If you're expecting vibrant, welcoming spaces, you will be disappointed. This is not an area where businesses thrive, this is where they survive, and not all of them do it gracefully. Let's start with shopping. Northgate Mall is the ghost of retail past. Once a bustling hub, it now stands as a monument to abandoned dreams. Stores have vanished, leaving behind empty corridors that echo with the faint laughter of forgotten children's rides. The few remaining shops feel like they're just waiting for the final nail in the coffin. Macy's lingers like a tired relative at a funeral, and the movie theater barely functions. No staff, no tickets taken, just a sad, half-hearted attempt to keep the lights on. This is not a mall anymore, it's a graveyard with a parking lot. Then there's Evo Spa, a place where relaxation goes to die. The reviews paint a picture of a business that treats customers like an inconvenience. Skin reactions from recommended products are dismissed, complaints are ignored. The front desk greets you with passive aggression instead of warmth. If you're looking for kindness, you won't find it here. The only thing you'll leave with is regret and possibly a rash. Hungry, Soul Food promises Puerto Rican flavors but delivers disappointment wrapped in high prices. The food lacks seasoning, the portions shrink if you order to go, and the dining experience feels more like a chaotic street market than a restaurant. One poor soul found a cockroach in their salad and was told it was authentic. If this is authentic, then Puerto Rico must be a very misunderstood place. Need coffee? Red Whale Coffee serves bitterness, and not just in the cup. The owner reportedly yells at staff in front of customers. The pastries taste like cardboard left out in the rain, and the bathrooms are off-limits unless you enjoy long walks to distant theaters. For $13, you get the privilege of drinking something that resembles coffee only in color. Gravity Vault Marin should be a climber's paradise, but instead, it's a monument to poor management. Routes are uninspired, staff is more concerned with enforcing rules than fostering community, and the prices feel like robbery disguised as membership fees. If you enjoy being nickel and dimed while watching employees vacuum around you mid-climb, this is your place.